I love technology.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Okay. I love you,
Love you, my
my
little
little
baby.
baby. You
You
make me
make me so
so
happy.
happy.
I
I
embody you, my little baby.
embody you, little baby,
You,
doing
your
your
recipe.
recipe.
Yay! Woo,
Yay,
woo.
technology. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ariana.
Hello, Gregory, and welcome everybody here on our wonderful Zoom Baby Bride
Hi.
Journey event and on our YouTube live. Yay! We're super happy to be here. We invite everybody to dive into this experience together with us tonight and to interact with us and to write us comments in the comment in YouTube or here on our Zoom chat and to let us know how you are, how you feel, so we can create an ambience of being together in this tonight. Yes, yes, yes. What is gonna happening today? As we said, the main focus today is around safety, especially now many countries there's a second lockdown coming up. So we're gonna work with feeling safe and using our little ones to access this safety in our body, being fully present and feeling trusted and held, as we have felt when we were actually little ones in the the safety and the trust of our caregiver. So we're gonna dive into this. Craig is gonna tell us some exciting story about his personal journey around how he found power in his little one. So we're gonna listen to him and we're gonna see how is it possible that our little ones can help us in finding safety, in transforming our lives, and connecting to ourselves deeper in that way. After that, we're gonna go into more interactive play where you're all invited to dive into with us, together with us. We're gonna breathe, we're gonna dance, we're gonna move our body, we're gonna invite you to make some baby sounds, some movement, crazy movement to access your body and your power within. More to that, we're gonna explain later on. And for now, we're gonna look into what Gregory has to tell us. So, Craig, please tell us, how did your little support you to find your power?
Hmm. Well, it's kind of a long story, but I guess we have a bit of time. It didn't always used to be that way. So um, I think I have to go all the way back, which is um, I think I was around 12 when I first saw an ad and TV about like, oh, diapers. They make them for big people. Oh, so curious how it feel and what it'd be like. So yeah, I somehow managed to take down the phone number on the TV ad and called them and gave our address and my mom's name to get some samples. Was a 10th, I think, something like that. I was in Canada, and I was watching a little bit, but then it just never came. Um, but then I heard from my mom like a few weeks afterwards, like for some strange conversation piece or something that they. I was so shocked and mortified. So, hmm. So I did manage to go to the drugstore and I was working like a newspaper delivery thing for a little while and had enough money to buy some other sample packs and just putting it on and how it was fitting me was it felt very natural and also really awkward in a way that I feel so good about it. So I did wet one, not the first time, but like later on, and was super nervous about it. And I had to get rid of it very quickly afterwards, of course. But yeah, that was like the beginning pieces of like noticing how my body like reacts to wetting, and this feeling of like, okay, it feels very interesting. It feels very um, comforting, but also like very strange and very like, okay, this is something wrong with this. I don't want to, I can't dare to get found out and all that. So, so that happened a couple of times in my teenage years, and still in the back of my mind. But I was at a huge exploration. I'm at that age where when the internet came along and all my other thoughts and kinkiness was confirmed. I remember reading my first bits of fiction on news groups. I don't know if some of you already still know what those are. Out Thought Lifestyle BDSM or something like that. And that just completely opened my world. And then I met the beautiful women who so much resonated. We were very young, and I started opening and sharing, but also like, you gotta try this with me. You gotta try this with me. Do this and that. And she did explore with me, and we ended up getting married and being together for about 10 years. But yeah, it wasn't the thing to be. Um, and she had a totally different style and wish in how to play, so it didn't really work between us in BDSM with rope or anything. Um, and all this time, the baby side was underneath. I was exploring. I was also, getting to know people, and um, in the public scene in Vancouver, and eventually we were like organizing some parties in Vancouver, and that helped a lot to really like, oh, I can be a little bit strange and into these things, but baby felt super shameful still. Like, people can't understand this, even if they like to get spanked or maybe they like to get tied. Nobody can understand what it's like to, or like wearing a diaper. So it's still on the deep level. I didn't really talk to too many people about it, and did play with one other person, a couple that were into being babies, and it was a strange experience because this was before I really could know what I want and ask for what I want, and then he was kind of pushing what he wanted on me, and then I was a little very shy and very like, um, kind of unsure, kind of shameful, and not able to really ask for what I want. So in that way, I was not dealing with life as a baby, and it didn't get to anything horrible, but it was he was a little bit pushy, and it just didn't turn into a very nice play. And then fast forward another 5 years, hadn't really done any baby play. Still once in a while in my mind to enjoy and fantasize about somebody to hold me. And then I started going deeper into my personal development work, which is um, a lot about my first Tantra festival was so impressive for me for how much people were in their power and clear about what they want, and speaking about how beautiful sexuality was and how much power they could connect with their life. So that took me on a real big rocket fuel path. Did my first training around healing and body work and sexual energy. And then to the last 2 to 3 years, noticing that this piece was inside me, my baby, that I hadn't touched. And it took a lot of like presencing and breathing and talking and relaxing in myself to realize, huh, okay, I'm an adult now. I can talk to people that don't judge me and talk about what I like. And it was so beautiful with a partner I had like 2, 3 years ago that she just had this beautiful accepting energy of so many things. And there was no right and wrong with her. So with her, I was gotten to the right place where I could share that. She was not interested in indulging or playing with my mommy or a caregiver, but we were very close and loving. And even though we weren't like primary partners anymore, like she was okay that I would be wearing or wet around the house and also cuddle a bit. And yeah, it was a very healing experience for me. And through that and noticing how I can settle my body and feel, right now I'm feeling a little bit unsure and shy, or right now I'm feeling really angry and annoyed, um, to really feel how that was possible once you accept these emotions coming up. And I did another training last year, which is rocket fueling my work right now to really help people come to what is between two people, what the stories are, what is happening, how we are handling stress, input from the outside, and how that builds up in our body and on our mood, and how we can actually return to what is actually true right now. Because we bring so much when we grow up and have these bad experiences with other people, with high school kids, um, that it all told us what to do and what not to do, and it was dangerous to do certain things or show them sides. And I realize now with this work, that's not longer the case. I surround people around me, who I can trust, and I can say more or less. I can share more or less, and that is also okay for so many people in the world who I just have a glancing contact with. I don't need everybody to like me. So that was the big transition. And from this point, I could be my baby. I acknowledge my loving side towards this little one who's scared of some people or the really excited one. I can imagine and feel aware with other people around that I'm just fully me, and I bring my sensitivity, my awareness of my little desires with me when I go meet people, when I do things. So this way of being, using your presence and bringing your awareness of your baby, your little one's desires with you, can be hugely helpful in dealing with um, stressful situations like I'm stuck at home, nobody else is around. Am I really lonely? I guess that's the question. If you can allow that, my baby would like to be held, and can give them the holding, and then also realize, hey, I can reach out to people online. I can comfort myself. I can hold myself. I can change how I feel literally by changing how I move and how I hold my little one. So this is what I'm so happy and so energized to tell you about. And maybe this is time for a little experience for you to experience this as well later on in this hour, to hold yourself. And this is how being connected to your little can help you change how you feel. Does that make sense to you, Ariana?
Yes, very much. Thank you, Gregory, for sharing. And we also get some echo from people watching us here. And one little shared that they never thought about little feelings in a holistic way. So thank you for sharing these insights, how the little one and the presence in your little one can help you to become stronger and deal with whatever the outside world brings to you. Mm. Mm-hmm.
How do you relate to what I said?
Yeah, thank you for asking. I relate to this feeling of being ashamed about liking to be a little one, as as a grown up who is grown up in reality. And I felt landed really nicely in me when you were saying like to find this place of total acceptance within yourself for expressing what is real. And if this is a wah, 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 like, yeah, then this is what is real now, and there is no need to be ashamed or to be judged around that. And finding power in this, it touched me. I felt like a lot of warm feeling in my belly when you were sharing your story, and a lot of like encouragement to like, oh yeah, I I am the master of a current situation for accessing these powers within myself. Yeah, and comforting myself and holding myself and using my little ones to support me in that. This felt very very encouraging for me. So thank you for bringing this up. Mm,
Thank you,
mm,
Ariane.
yeah. So now we're gonna transition in a more interactive way. So this was the storytelling part. Yay! Let's give a little applause to Gregory and gratitude for sharing his story and with all his openness. Woo! Celebrating you here. And now we're gonna all together. You're very welcome to dive into this experience with us. Remember, when you're at home, you are the master of your own experience. So everything that we're gonna propose is an invitation, and you can choose how far or how deep you wanna go in that. And of course, we would love to hear more about your experience, what this journey has brought you. And in this journey, we're going to hack our nervous system together so we can access this feeling of safety and connectedness, and give our little ones more space to be heard and to feel free and to stand in our power. We're gonna do some breathing together. We're gonna do some movement together. We're gonna increase the movement as to find some releases, and then we're gonna guide you in some integration piece for the next, I would say, 20 minutes or so. So if there is anything coming up during the journey, very welcome to write us comments and to engage with us in one of the chats available. So I'm handing back over to Gregory, and enjoy the journey.
Thank you, Ari. So there's lots of time, and I really invite you to kind of clear the space around you so that you can be with us and yourself for this time. So if there's a lot of things distracting you, maybe you could turn off your phone or close the door. Maybe ask, send the cat outside your room. Just take a minute to do that. And then you can either come to sit on your chair, or if you're in bed, you sit up a little bit. It's really helpful to kind of feel your spine extend. Ah, some of you may be shuffling, but if you're not, just allow yourself just to be here at this moment and start noticing what you hear in between my words. Maybe just seeking that sensation of what you hear when I'm not speaking. And then from this space, we're tuning in to a new way of listening and perceiving. I invite you now to go deeper into your sensation. We're going to take a few deep breaths together. And on the exhale, I invite you to make a little sound that feels relaxing and letting go. So, like this. Ah, yes. So, making this long exhaling sound. It should feel like a relaxing thing. Don't need to like draw it out too long. But the sound is actually going to resonate inside your nervous system, inside your body, and help you relax and help you stay connected. Ah, on the next breath, I invite you to fill your chest area and send it to your heart. Ah, and one more. Ah, and another deep one, feeling the expansion in your chest. Ah, and with the next breath, I invite you to tune into the feelings in your belly, the seat of so much intuition, maybe fear, maybe little sensations. And we're going to take a deep breath, filling both your chest and your belly. Ah, and again. Ah, and again. Ah, and the next center. We're going to try to send breath all the way down to our pelvis. So we can inhale. Ah, and one more. Ah, ah. If you have your eyes closed, you're welcome to leave them. So just spend a few moments just noticing what is happening in your body. Your brain might have a few thoughts. You can kind of watch them like a cloud in the sky and just let them drift by, noticing how the air is moving in and out, and also allowing space for other sensations. Is there comfort? Is there discomfort somewhere in your body? Is there warmth? Is there coldness? Is there tightness? Is there relaxation? Is there buzzing? Or is there numbness? Perhaps in your hands or your feet. That's just observing and noticing. This is a way we connect to our intuition. The intuition is where our little lives. The one who tells us, this feels good, or this feels scary, or I want to meet them, or I don't feel so good with them. I want to hide. Being connected to your little gives you so much knowledge, so much access. And through that, we can live. We know from our body what's true. I'm going to play a couple of songs now, and I encourage you to just allow your body to intuitively move. Perhaps you like to get up. Just allow yourself to feel what wants to move. Doesn't have to look a certain way. Nobody's watching. Feel what wants to move, what wants to stretch. And anytime you can take these beautiful deep breaths. Whatever wants to move, however. Everything is possible. You can shake, you can jump, you can stretch, you can slide down, you can crawl. That feels right. It feels good. Joy, change the body language. Allow yourself maybe to pick up the pace. most of all, do what your body wants to do. How do you feel? Where's your joy? Ah, just another minute or so. Okay, let the music fade away. I invite you to keep, if you have closed eyes or you're looking at something, just stay in that little bit of a daze or connect it to yourself. Hmm. And notice what's happening within you now. Do you have any emotions happening in your body? Whatever it is, I give you space. I encourage you to just feel them, maybe express them. Maybe you want to roar. Maybe you want to shake and say no. Ah, my life is annoying. I don't like it. Or whatever else, whatever feels right. Just, you don't have to be big right now. You can just be a little kids are very good about showing you how they feel. Little show how they feel. Mm, mm, mm. Ah, mm. If you've gone through an expression, you can allow yourself to settle, see how it feels. Coming back to stillness, you may want to sit or lie down again and just take a minute just to absorb what just happened. Mm. Mm. You feel ready. I'd love to hear from you. What was that experience like for you? What did you notice? Yeah, feel free to write in the chat. Ariana, how was that for you?
Mm. Mm. Um. Mm. I'm felt I would have loved to be more expressive in my sound, but I hold a little back. So this is my feeling right now in my body. I feel very grounded. I feel very good. I enjoyed the moving and the breathing always. It's very relaxing and very soothing. I feel I can really land in my present moment in the here and now, and become aware of what is coming up, but it's also a little, yeah, it's a little bit of holding back. Mhm.
Mm. So you have to
So
hold back a bit. Hmm.
mhm, mhm.
Thank you for sharing. We have others participants writing that they're connected to some sadness. Um, there's a lot to be sad about right now in the world, um, and actually feeling some of the sadness when it comes is actually an important part of the kind of coming to your power and allowing this space to be.
Mm.
Like I see it like if you don't give it space to be felt, you kind of push it underneath until it pops up somewhere else in a sideways, in a strange way. So yeah, I feel
Mhm.
that if you bring this awareness and just say, okay, the sadness is there, but I don't have to let it take over me, um, and we can work with it through movement. That yeah, the relaxation comes through allowing this emotion to move. So I hope that that was helpful and to give space for this kind of thing when it's possible for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to add something to how the baby can help us in, like, releasing sadness that might come up. And in shamanism there is emotional release tools, um, and you have them also in psychosomatic intelligence and in many other places. And one of the ways to release emotions, to bring this energy into motion, our emotion, is through tears, for example. So a baby cries a lot to release. So if you want to move this sadness and you feel to soap some time to release it, then I'm very welcome to do that as well. I find a lot of release in allowing myself to cry when I feel sadness, and even sometimes cry even if I don't feel like I have to cry, but then I just fake it until I make it. And to get this, yeah, to get my body back into flow, and I feel the little one is very helpful in that. Mhm. Yeah.
Thanks for the addition, Ariana. Yeah, this ability of our bodies to do so much for the emotions. It's quite something. Uh, I seem to think we're in the society where we judge emotions. Some of them are positive and some of them are negative, and you're supposed to have lots of those and not supposed to have lots of those. It's like cutting off chunks of ourselves and throwing them into the under the bed and into the closet, and then we don't actually get to learn from what these emotions are. Like anger is such a bad one. Like we're taught as a child not follow our anger and not show it so often, but it's like the most powerful force to tell us, no, the world isn't right. This is not what I wanted my life to be. And there's so much wisdom in that. That I really wish for people to connect to feeling the anger. I mean, not necessarily acting based on anger onto other people, but feeling your anger, giving it space is such a big part of allowing yourself and allowing your little. So yeah, one example. Thank you, Ariana.
Thank you, Gregory. It was Very good, and thank you everybody for sharing your experiences. If there's anything else coming up, please feel free to put it in the comment box. If you're not here in the live and you're watching it later, we're happy to always hear from you in our comments, and we're gonna interact with you from through that and through there. Is there anything that you would like to add more before we're slowly closing this session, Gregory?
Hmm. Uh, yeah, we'll look for more chances where people may be curious about this approach can connect to us, and other chances we can be of service. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to that, how you can connect with us. So we a baby pride journey. And you can connect with us by sending us an email to caregiver@babypridejourney.com or comment on our videos here. We're gonna host on a regular basis amazing journeys for the little ones to dive deeper into the intelligence that this body has and how we can help us in our little ones to become stronger and more empowered and like more relaxed in ourselves, more in ease, more um, resistant to stress, not so much drowning underneath stress, like feeling our ground, our center. So we're gonna offer more opportunities for you to experience us and dive with us in deeper journeys. Our next event is gonna be on December 12th. So very welcome to join us there. You can find out more on our website, babypridejourney.com, about the event. All of this information, how to reach out and how to find more information, is also going to be in the comments underneath this video. So, yeah, we're looking forward to many, many more journeys with many, many amazing little ones joining us. And we hope you enjoyed today. Mm.
Thank you, everybody. Keep an eye out. We always listening and trying to create new things for you. So yeah, we'd like to stay in touch with you.
Thank you. Shoop, shoop, shoop.
Bye.
Mm.